Coverdale Bible, The Gospel of St. John, Summary to Chapter 2. Christ turneth the water unto wine at the marriage in Cana, and driveth the merchants out of the temple. The second chapter. And upon the third day there was a marriage at Cana in Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Jesus also and his disciples was called unto the marriage. And when the wine failed, the mother of Jesus said unto him, They have no wine. Jesus said unto her, Woman, what have I to do with thee? Mine hour is not yet come. His mother said unto the ministers, Whatsoever he saith unto you, do it. There were set there 6 water pots of stone, after the manner of the purifying of the Jews, every one containing 2 or 3 measures. Jesus said unto them, Fill the water pots with water. And they filled them up to the brim. And he said unto them, Draw out now, and bring unto the master of the feast. And they bare it. When the master of the feast had tasted the wine which had been water, and knew not whence it came, but the ministers that drew the water knew it, the master of the feast called the bridegroom, and said unto him, Every man at the first giveth the good wine, and when they are drunken, then that which is worse. But thou hast kept back the good wine until now. This is the first token that Jesus did at Cana in Galilee, and showed his glory, and his disciples believed on him. Afterward went he down to Capernaum, he, his mother, his brethren, and his disciples, and tarried not long there. And the Jews' Easter was at hand. And Jesus went up to Jerusalem, and found sitting in the temple those that sold oxen, sheep, and doves, and changers of money. And he made a scourge of small cords, and drove them all out of the temple with the sheep and oxen, and poured out the changers' money, and overthrew the tables, and said unto them that sold the doves, Have these things hence, and make not my Father's house an house of merchandise. His disciples remembered it, that is written, The zeal of thine house hath even eaten me. Then answered the Jews, and said unto him, What token showest thou unto us, that thou mayest do these things? Jesus answered and said unto them, Break down this temple, and in 3 days will I set it up again. Then said the Jews, 46 years was this temple a building, and wilt thou set it up in 3 days? But he spake of the temple of his body. Now when he was risen again from the dead, his disciples remembered that he thus said, and they believed the scripture and the words which Jesus spake. When he was at Jerusalem at Easter in the feast, many believed on his name, when they saw the tokens that he did. But Jesus committed not himself unto them, for he knew them all, and needed not that any man should testify of man, for he knew well what was in man.